आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज आपकी आवाज, विज्ञान की आवाज की आवाज।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Purvasha Banerjee and Shushanto Das.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज आपकी आवाज, विज्ञान की आवाज की आवाज की आवाज।
Indian Statistical Institute is a public university which is recognized as an institute of national importance. It grew out of the statistical laboratory set up by Prashanta Chandra Mohananobish in Presidency College, Kolkata. Established in 1931, this unique institution of India is one of the oldest institutions focused on statistics. Primary activities of ISI are research and training of statistics, development of theoretical statistics and its applications in various natural and social sciences. In this podcast, we are happy to present Professor Niladrishekhar, Head of the Department in Linguistic Research Unit at Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. Let us hear from his own voice about his area of research.
Namaskar, my name is Professor Niladrishekhar. I work here as Head of the Department in Linguistic Research Unit, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. For last 30 years, I have been working in the area of corpus linguistics and language technology, as well as in some other domains such as machine translation, digital lexicography, documentation and digitization of indigenous languages, development of digital resources for Indian languages, for various activities related to language, culture, and society. In a country like India, where you find that multiple languages are there is an urgent need that we should develop the resources of various languages on digital platform. To make it simplified, if you look at that at present in your digital devices like smartphones or laptops, you can find out that many of the materials are available in our Indian languages, like home pages, portals. Also, you can have the translation systems in Google's. Also, you can send emails or texts in your mother tongue using your mother language scripts and language also. So the first question that normally arises, how this has been possible? This has been possible because scientists like us across the country are working to develop tools, devices, systems and resources in various Indian languages so that you people, common people, can utilize them for their regular purposes. For instance, let me give you an example. Suppose you want to search certain things with your absolute need of your life and you don't know English. So this has been very difficult problem for you to find out the things in the net. Now we are developing a system so that you can give your search in your own mother tongue write down in your own script and present the whole thing in the net so that appropriate responses or appropriate information that you are searching for can be available in your language. Let me give you a very concrete example. Suppose in the domain of agriculture, the people who are working in the fields, they don't know English, or maybe to certain extent in a multilingual country like India, people from other states may not know Hindi, but they are searching for a particular pesticide for the treatment of their cultivations. Now, we have a device, we have a technology developed that you can now give your query in your own language, and the response should be generated in your own language so that you can read those information, understand those things, and utilize that information or material for your own purpose.
Professor Dash explains in detail on his project of digital languages.
So there are many domains. The first area of this work started globally in 1955 to develop digital language resources for all major languages of the world. Unfortunately, in a country like India, this attitude or approach or technology took nearly 30 years' time to come to India. So in 1991, actually the government of India initiated the first project in a pan-Indian scheme, development of digital languages for Indian languages, which is known as TDIL, Technology Development for Indian Languages. From the day one, the project started in 2nd February 1992, and from the day one, I was involved into it. So I was the first Indian scholar who developed digital language corpora for Indian languages. My thesis, incidentally, was the first thesis in India on how to develop digital corpora in Indian languages and utilize for the benefits of the people. And perhaps my book on language technology and language corpus in 2005 was the first book again in India, which was introduced in all IITs as well as in many universities as a course book, how to develop digital language databases for the development of technology. So, ISI in that regard, to be honest, made some first contribution in the area of language technology for Indian technology development for Indian languages. It is not ISI alone. At that point in time, there are 7 organizations across the country who are jointly involved in the technology development project of India. First task was to develop language corpora on digital platform, as well as to develop the GIST technology, graphical interface of Indian scripts technology, so that everybody can utilize various Indian languages and write those text materials in their scripts. And the whole new technology which is coming up, computer technology, can be applicable for developing resources in Indian languages.
Professor Niladrishekhar Dash speaks of the initial days when they began their journey of doing the research work and also on the developmental stages of the study.
So, the first phase was development of digital corpora. At that time, let us be honest that we had no prior knowledge how to proceed in that direction. So, we had several discussions, meetings with the ministry, with the other scientists coming from IIT Kanpur or ISS Bangalore and many other parts. Gradually, over the years, we have not only designed the guideline how to develop language resources, how to develop technology, we have also developed the technology for Indian languages. Now, we have several technologies. See, you can read in laptops or in a smartphone any text of any Indian languages. That script technology developed. We have already developed translation system. You give any Indian language to another Indian language or English to any of the Indian languages, that system is also available. Most of the times, we are finding that people are using that tool to develop, to understand, to develop, as well as to produce texts. Now, you are sending emails through your own language. You are using texts through your own language in mobiles and using all those purposes. Now you are developing all contents, publishing contents, personal contents, using your language in various social media platforms. That has been possible because a large number of scholars, large number of scientists across the country for last 30 years working relentlessly to develop this technology. Now at present, government is giving tremendous focus to digitize all indigenous languages with their full resources. Also, UNESCO is fully supporting this scheme as well as that. But as a part of this, we have started a project across the country for digitization and localizations of indigenous languages, culture, history and heritage through the platform of digital humanities. For this, we are developing various kinds of lexical databases. We are digitizing all printed dictionaries of the country. We are also developing all printed materials that have been available in our National Digital Archive so that the newer generation, the coming generation, don't have any sparsity of data, language data and information for their academic purposes, for their commercial purposes, and at the same time, I should say that at least several personal major houses, industries, has tremendous potentials to come and to work in this area. And in fact, big houses like Facebook or Google or Microsoft, they are also doing. Also, there are small startups who are taking up very project. I am personally involved with several such small organizations who are using Indian languages and developing technology. Our future goal is now at present to develop speech technology so that machine can understand human speech and respond accordingly in a spoken mode, particularly in the health service of the hospitals as well as in the national service on various sectors. We need this speech-based technology. For this, the project is started by the government. We are developing speech resources, speech databases, speech corpora, and developing various tools and techniques so that tomorrow all the linguistic activities of the communities can be addressed through speech-based technology and support systems.
Professor Dash focuses on the way forward.
The possibility of this science, of this area of technology, entirely application-based technology, is immense. The most important part is that we get a large number of young scholars with that background of linguistics and computer science who are getting absorbed in many domains of industry. It has generated a huge number of job opportunities for those skilled human resources who get opportunities to work industries and contribute for the growth of the country. Also, very recently, with the NEP, National Educational Policy 2020, government has made a part of it that this particular area of research should be largely demonstrated in various courses. And we are now designing some university courses where NLP and language technology will be part of the higher academic curriculum so that young scholars are trained and properly cultivated so that they can get an opportunity in a global sphere.
We are extremely thankful to Professor Dash for giving us time and sharing his unique area of research.